Hello. Yeah. Is it true that IIMs are reluctant to take people with disability students, especially visually challenged?
Pardon me, can you please repeat the question?
Is it true that
Yeah.
IIMs are reluctant to take students with persons with disability, especially visually challenged students?
Let me answer that. It's not so. See, it's not so. What has happened is the perception all of us have is मुझे 50% मिलेगा तो भी चलेगा लेकिन कैट में पास करूंगा तो मिल जाएगा. That's not the way. Believe me, since my childhood, I had one thing. Always my marks were somewhere between 64, highest was 69.5%. See, you got to maintain even your academic curriculum so well so that the aggregate is above that particular grade or scale which the schools want to have. So, what many schools do is nowadays, they not only look at your CAT score, they also look at what has been your academic performance in the past years. That's your 10th, your 12th, your graduation. And along with that, friends, remember, another thing what some of the schools, at least in the US and all, do is, what are your extracurricular activities? You won't believe, in the same college, I was also student union council member and I was unopposingly nominated as the class representative. Right. Like, everybody asked me, how could you manage unopposingly nominated nomination? How come nobody stood against you? So what happens is you also got to keep your extracurricular activities. Like I used to be in debate forums, I used to be in elocution forums. So it's not, along with your studies, your extracurriculars also have to be there. And yes, some schools do have, I don't say out and out rejection, but yes, there are some sort of awareness still yet to be created among people. But like there's just gentleman called Shriram, I think he was in Infosys. He had done his MBA from IIM Bangalore. And there are a lot of other examples. It's
Adding to him, like IIMs don't have problem with taking you in, but somehow they are unaware of the right process, and that's how they stop you from doing. When I showed them the right document, they didn't let me take the exam. They let me sit through the exam.
Mr. Nagaraj?
Yeah.
There is this girl called Vaishnavi.
Yeah.
She cleared the exam, but she was not being called for the. She was not given the. No.
Maybe the real, the correct percentile was not covered by her or something.
Let me answer that. I'll tell you. See, though she had 89 percentile or 90 percentile, her academic performance in 10th, 12th was below average. I think she had got somewhere about 58 or 59. I don't know the percentage exactly. So as it's being recorded, like I don't want to give a wrong percentage to you guys. But the thing is, that's why I said your academic curriculum also needs to be, need to be taken into consideration as you're studying. It's not just you getting good scores in CAT and not having good marks in your 12th and 10th. Yeah? Just a sec. Before that, there's a gentleman this side.
Yeah, otherwise I'll leave the. Anyway, Mr. Nagaraj, I'm really impressed, and I think I have not heard about you before, but आपने IR कैसे manage किया? Because you've been with heavy corporates.
Yeah.
So industrial relations with those unions and especially with those hardcore union guys.
I'll let you know. I maintain
One
a-
incident.
Yeah, I normally maintain a low profile. I'm a kind of a low profile guy because, well, that's the way I am, right? Uh, it's not difficult to manage IR if your networking skills are good. I remember when I was posted in the plant, I was suddenly my boss who was handling security went on, I think 2 months leave. He fell ill. I think he got jaundice. So then some of the workers said, "अरे अभी तो ये सांप को दिखता नहीं, हम लोग आराम से सो सकते हैं रेस्ट रूम में," you know. But I had my own network. I went to the restroom. I asked those guys, "Do you guys need any crocin? I think you guys are not well or something." अरे साहब आपको किसे पता चला? I said, "I have my own network." So managing IR is the best way is, guys, tell me, Be humble, be good human being. Just don't throw your power. The problem with a lot of sighted guys or even we guys is we start throwing our power right, left, and center. Don't throw your weight. Be a good human being. Be down to earth. Talk to them. Understand what their problems are. But at the same time, nobody should take you for a ride. So for that, your network information system must be really, really strong. Like I had my own guys who used to give me information in the plant. Like there have been instances even now, the guys in the plant don't know what happens, but immediately I give them a call and tell them, कि यार ये लड़के ने ये किया. Even now they say, boss, hats off to you, yaar. You, though you're sitting somewhere else, you get to know what happens. So for, yeah.
So how about the PeopleSoft and ERP and other softwares? Is it? I mean, I think they're not JAWS friendly.
No. Now they are JAWS compatible. SAP India has taken a special initiative for that, and I think they have recruited even a totally visually challenged person to make, Kiran Kaja, to make it SAP user friendly. I think in about 2 months' time, I would be having hands down experience on SAP. That's what my requirement would be. So it's user friendly. It's compatible. Now it is fully compatible.
So another thing is, of course, MBA is must. I think when you reach and managerial level, especially with good corporates.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will just discuss very briefly.
Yeah.
I'm just graduated this year with economics, and I have almost 3 years experience into recruitments. So I'm working with a small placement firm in middle senior management recruitments. But I'm finding it a little difficult to make a decision in terms of should I go for distant MBA course or should I do 3 years course, which is so I wanted to know what is the best from the.
Let me tell you. If you're already working somewhere and then doing part-time, it will add value for you in the same organization. If you want to really add value for you as an individual, 2 years full-time course would be really good, because as you said, you're working in a small firm. I don't know how much weight it would carry, even if you do distance learning. No, distance learning and part-time management is basically for those guys who want to add a kind of an additional degree, as they're already working somewhere. They just want to get an additional qualification. But if you really want to have a big leap in your career, 2 years full-time is must. That will actually give you enough exposure. And a lot of organizations, well-known organizations, do recognize 2-year full-time course. That's my advice for all you guys to do 2-year full-time course, because it's advisable.
And how about the 3 years credit course? I mean, some people say that it's as good as full time. Is it true?
The evening one you're saying?
Yes.
It is good. I'm not saying it's not good or bad, but what I'm trying to say is all 2 years full-time business schools or institutions do have campus recruitment. Yeah. Now this 3 years course which you're talking, the MMS, the part-time one. Now that is actually good only if you are working. Then it would add value for you in that organization. Am I right, Nupur?
Reaching managerial level and then losing out just because of the course.
Boss, it's like this. I know some guys, let me tell you, who are managers, who you got to unlearn things. You got to be an explorer. Now, if I have reached today, let me tell you honestly, I have unlearned a lot of things. Always I have been in an exploratory mode. You got to take risks here. Like what I'm trying to advise you is, don't have any kind of fear in your mind. Because as I told you, in 1990 when I went to do, then it was known as personal management from TISS, believe me, everybody thought I will not get even one job. That was the level of awareness about visually challenged people then. So the only way I could throw up a challenge to those kind of questions which people had then was, you have to come out of whatever fear you have. Just go ahead and do whatever best you can. But for that, you got to be prepared. You got to assess your own strengths and weakness. What is your caliber? What is your capability? and how far can you go?
Sir, how do you study math? Because is it tough?
What?
Is maths tough in CAT exam?
Yes, maths is tough.
Tough, but if you put in extra effort
Yeah,
and
you can.
sit with your if you put in extra effort, sit with your scribe, the person who's going to write for you, the coordination is good, then you are able to do it in a better way. Yeah, it is tough. It is not easy. But you have to do more practices with your writer.
Boss, that's why I say jolly work hard. There is no substitute for working hard.
And that's why you need strategy and planning. You need to plan things beforehand, as Divakar mentioned in the morning.
Sir, this is Dhananjay. I want to ask you a question that what was most challenging job for you because of your visual impairment, and what workplace solution you have for that?
The real most challenge that I had was all my friends used to work on computers. Well, I didn't have screen readers. I had to depend on assistants to keep all the records in a proper manner, filing things in a proper manner. So the greatest challenge was that. That's the time where I when which even Rajesh supplemented. Getting a recommendation where you had no resources where you could work independently, you had to depend on somebody, and you had to ensure that those guys perform the job the way you want. That was the greatest challenge that I ever had. But yes, now I have a screen reader with me. I do respond to all emails. I do all verifications and crediting people's necessary inputs on Intralink. Now it's become much more easy, in fact.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Nupur.